What's happening, people? Back with a video reaction to music, though it is not in fact a music video. Indeed, we're going to listen to another tune from Adam Solo, great friend of the channel and just a friend of mine now for a couple years, who affectionately and lovingly goes by Han Solo over on YouTube. I mentioned when I reacted to his music video for Electronic Squirrels from Mars that he's done a number of tracks experimenting with the 303 and finding a place for it in his work, and though he did mention he finds it in some ways limiting, I mentioned to him that as a longtime fan of acid music, I can happily say that he's learned to marshal its potential well. And yes, we're going to listen to the tune that he put out right after Electronic Squirrels from Mars, which is called Happy Memories, and then parenthetically are long gone, though it ironically has a quite happy sound, or at least that's how it hits my ears and brain. In fact, Solo even described it as having a bit of an Erasure sound, and I agree, and given that I just did a video reaction to Erasure, it seemed like this would be a good follow-up. So yeah, there's no music video here, it's just an audio file, but I'm going to put this over on my YouTube so folks who are not familiar with his work still can check out both his Patreon and his SoundCloud, where he does get a lot of attention, a lot of comments, a lot of listens. I was going to say views, it's technically plays. But yes, let's give it a listen. This is Adam Solo and his tune Happy Memories Are Long Gone, which was produced or at least released in late December of 2024. Indeed, there's that brightness that so many Erasure tracks capture that I think you can already hear, but also that enhanced acid element really gives it this bright psychedelic world, like you're exploring some unknown but warm and lush psychedelic environment. So I very much enjoy the Erasure meets trippy acid feeling of the track. And I apologize to pause so much, but I suppose maybe not even a psychedelic territory geographically, but temporally, like cognitively, someone's memories, these happy, warm memories, which again can then be contrasted with the present, and that's why I think he says they're long gone. But I enjoy the brightness of the not only acid work but the atmosphere, so it feels like we are going into someone's happy memories as we hear the acid work mixed with the bright sonics. So yeah, we had those bell sounds that were very prominent in the previous section. Now we get a bit of this whistling style synth. And then I think, as you may have just heard before I paused it, there's this layer that it almost sounds like this bright shimmering xylophone type of layer. So I like the different sounds that we already have, and all of them exuding this warm brightness. In fact, I would say maybe the only sonic part that perhaps gives me the vibe of the subtitle of the track, Are Long Gone, are those pads, those long, smooth pads. They're beautiful, but they do have a bit of melancholy to them, which is offset against everything else. Yeah, I like it a lot, and I think it has that vibe of a outdoor party, maybe one of those that, go multiple days over the course of a weekend, and it's the kind of tune that you would hear in a set when the sun is coming up. It has that a new day, a new brightness to it, even if, again, there's this subtle and singular layer within it that gives you a bit of that melancholy that maybe, despite the new day starting, there's no way to get back to that happy golden place of the past. So yeah, I like the contrast of it, even if the overall feeling is a very warm and happy tune. And I absolutely think it does sound like Erasure, if admittedly with an enhanced acid element. So well done, take a bow, Mr. Solo. Very much enjoying talking about these tunes after listening to them in the previous couple months. So yeah, I'm going to continue to go through, I think there's 10 or 11 maybe, and I will go through all of them, though I might jump around. Again, I did 7 and 8 in sequence, but I'll probably jump back because I'd like to do the one that's shown here, numero quattro, Jupiter orbit next, so we'll listen to that. There's one even named in relation to my cat Luca. Folks who know my YouTube channel will be aware of Luca certainly, and there's one that bears her name and has a lurking, menacing sound, not unlike my cat when she gets into mischievous mode, so we'll look forward to that. Once again, big shout out to Han Solo, good friend of mine and a great producer. If you don't know, check out his Patreon and his SoundCloud, and I will see you next time. Peace.